Hey, welcome people. Hey, how you doing? Hey, it's me, Eric. Eric in Reno, I go by kind of because, well, I am in Reno and I am doing this podcasting thing. So everyone's doing video podcasting, so I decided to get on RiversideFM.com, open up an account, have some fun with it. They got some fancy little features around here and stuff that, okay, yeah. Lots of all that stuff. Hopefully when, somebody says something funny, we can do that kind of crazy ass bullshit too. Hey, I just wanted to get on here real quick, play around, use the video. This thing has a lot of self editing features on it, which are pretty cool the way things go. Of course, if you sign up for their, professional service, I think it's like $15 a month. I can't remember, maybe a little more than that. It has all kinds of AI tools and stuff like that. So maybe it can make me look even better. They have this feature where I saw it earlier in the editing, clicking on it, and it makes you look like you're looking at the camera full time. That'd be great. This camera needs to kind of be in the middle of my screen that I'm looking at right here. Maybe if I look up at it a little more. Hey, oh, hey. I don't know, just having fun. Anyway, something that's on the top of everybody's minds lately is a lot of social things going on in our country, and a lot of people, in my opinion, have the wrong opinion, and it's unfortunate. I've heard a lot of very vile things being said from people who I've been friends with and or family members. I've received text messages from people asking, hey, what the hell is wrong with so-and-so? What the fuck is going on here? I've received phone calls from people going, hey, did you see so-and-so's latest post? What happened to them? Did they get in a car accident and bang their head really hard and personality change or something? I'm like, yeah, it's really hard to understand, and I don't know why it is actually going the way it is. However, I believe the problem is that there's a lot of people whose algorithm on their social media is fucked up. What I'm talking about is all the recordings that all these social media companies do, and they have admitted they're doing it. Google does it, Facebook does it, Instagram does it. That's owned by Meta. Every other online company, hell, Amazon does it. I mean, I just screamed in my phone a little while ago that I need new underwear, and guess what's going to probably happen before the sun goes down today? I will see ads on my computer or on my phone suggesting underwear for me. It'll probably be my size too, because I've ordered underwear before, so Amazon already knows. They have all this information, and they kind of know what I like. And I bet you their suggestion will be spot on. There's a reason why I own stock in Amazon. They're really good at that. I own stock in Apple as well because, well, they're really good at that. I own stock in Microsoft because they're really good at tracking you and stuff like that. I think what's going on with people's algorithms, it is showing them what it is they want to see. Like when you're shopping for underwear, it'll show you underwear. Also, when you click on things or when you watch full-length videos, whether it be 2 seconds or 20 seconds or something like that, it's recording all that as well. There doesn't need to be a person on the other side of the computer or the camera. These computers and these algorithms, and it's just going to get much worse, much faster now with all the AI that's coming out. Yes, I'm a shareholder of some high-tech companies that are doing really well in developing AI, and I only hope it's used for good and not for evil, but we all know how, it usually works out. People's algorithms are messed up, and it's only showing them news feeds or information from news feeds or stories or from people that may or may not be showing you the entire truth of what's actually going on. Actually, leaving out parts of the story or parts of the video. Give you an example. I was talking to a friend of mine just recently. Let's say you see a video online and it's two people in a fast food place fighting, physically actually fighting. A woman and a man. And what it shows you is about, 2 seconds before he punches her square in the face and knocks her ass out. It shows you her, kind of up right near him, and shows him rear back and just smack her, knock her out right on the ground right there. And of course, there's always people standing around with their cameras, stuff like that. Well, why don't you show me the 2 minutes before that, leading up to that, to what was actually happening? Maybe she was all up in his face for like a full 2 minutes, screaming at him, maybe slapping him, maybe hitting him on the face, hitting him in the shoulder, kicking him. We've seen videos like that. And after a full 2 minutes of that, and other people in the fast food restaurant, yelling and screaming, stop that. Hey, what are you doing? Maybe they know each other. Maybe they don't. I don't know. That's part of the context as well. Maybe after a full 2 minutes of being abused like that in public by this woman, whether he knows her or not, he had enough, and pow. Now she's coming to, and she's like, oh my God, what happened? I don't understand. Well, you were in this motherfucker's face, and he was sick and tired of your shit. So he knocked you the fuck out. Guess who's going to jail when the cops show up? That's right. But more importantly, what part of that video are they going to show you online or on the news? Maybe it becomes an actual national story for whatever reason it might be. I don't know. What are they going to show you when the news crews maybe went into that fast food place, moments later, or after the guy got, hauled off or whatever, and she's in the hospital or something, who knows? And they start interviewing the manager of the fast food restaurant and asking him or her, what happened? And, how do they edit that? Do they edit it? Do they just play it like how the person was speaking? No, they edit it for time and stuff like that. Well, maybe they also edit it for content. Like maybe they leave a few things out that make it sound like that this attack was just completely unprovoked. And this guy's an asshole, and he deserves to be in jail for, 10, 15 years, whatever it might be. I honestly believe that people's algorithms are messed up in such a way where you're only getting the edited version of a situation that the algorithm already knows that you're going to like, enjoy, and agree with. I also think that the videos and information in social media about events that take place, I believe they're so good at what they're doing and the manipulation that actually goes on, as well as the infused propaganda. I think it's so well edited and so good that you believe it so much to the point where you are now satiated with the ideas, and it's reinforcing your thoughts and your ideas and your opinions, and it's actually making you believe it even more, as well as make yourself very right in your own brain, so much so you're indignant about it, and that there's no way anybody else, no matter what information they share you, even put a video up in front of your face, you're not going to be able to talk them out of it. And I've lost friends, not just recently, but in the last 10 years, over posts that they made. And I'd reply to a post like, oh, well, actually this kind of happened this way, or I think you might be missing part of the point. Oh, no, I'm not. No, you're wrong. You're wrong. Okay, block. And that person will never see my shit again. However, I'm very careful about this kind of stuff. And I've actually questioned myself, hey, wait a minute. Is the algorithm and the propaganda, is it duping me? Do I have a fucked up opinion about reality, about what's actually going on in my society and in this world? Now, I know there's a ton of stuff going on in this world that's not being reported. A lot of back alley deals, a lot of, mini wars going on between countries. Maybe the U.S. is involved. Who knows how deeply we're involved? We've been listening to all kinds of different CIA stories and conspiracy theorists about, what started the Vietnam War, or what caused, Cuba to become, a communist regime of a country when it wasn't that way 65, 70 years ago, something like that. It was a beautiful place back then until, Castro came into power, but that's a whole nother subject. Anyway, history is bound to repeat itself because why? Because humans are stupid. That's the reason why. We just came through the pandemic, which That's a whole nother podcast of discussions. And I hope to have some friends and guests on even these video podcasts, kind of like I have on my audio podcast. That's right. Visit Eric and Reno at duck.com. Send me an email, send me a message. Eric and Reno, all one word, at duck, like the quack.com. But like I said, I honestly believe people's algorithms are messed up. This computer I'm sitting in front of, I call this my window to the world. Everything I see or do, except when I walk out of my own front door or drive to work or when I'm actually at work and my eyeballs are moving, this window right here is the way I communicate with people. Hell, I'm communicating with you right now on it. I do phone calls on this too. Video calls, FaceTime, I do that. It's amazing what this technology is like. And I get a lot of my information. I don't want to call it news. That's a derogatory term in a lot of ways. But I get a lot of my information, whether it's stories of a situation that went on somewhere, or I'm shopping for something. I do a lot of shopping. I also look on maps. I look at videos of places I might be going so I know what to expect. I'll actually, because I'm a weirdo, let's say I'm looking to go on vacation to a certain place and we find a hotel. I'll go then to Google Maps, which is a corporation that hide stuff from you that they don't want you to see. I know it for a fact because it's been proven, and it actually happened to me personally, which really kind of pissed me off. I'll go to Google Maps, and I'll actually go out on the street views out in front of that motel so I can see what the amenities look like. Oh, hey, the pool's right in front right there or something. Oh, when we get there, I'm going to pull up into the parking lot like this, and when I get there, I'm going to recognize it. So I use it for all kinds of stuff. Directions to a place, obviously. Hey, you want to go out to eat? Well, let's see what's good in town tonight. Let's see what's got more than 4.5-star ratings locally on Google or Diner Table or Waitlist or whatever those other companies are that capture information that people actually give it and then give ratings and stuff, which can be unfair to some businesses. That's another podcast. And so this is my window. Well, it is very obvious that I have friends and family that are not looking out the same window I am, not even close. It's a completely different reality. The information I've received from friends and families or listening to some of the things they've said or posted is very curious about what window are they looking through, because I don't see anything like that they are talking about or sharing with me or whatever it might be. It's very weird and unfortunate. And I don't know what the fix is. I've actually done a little bit of research, not much, a little bit. Went into my Facebook account and actually went over and searched, how do I reset my algorithm? Because I'm convinced if I go buy another cell phone and just scream unicorns and rainbows into it, that I'm going to be living in a completely different reality, or at least that new phone is going to be showing me things much different than what my current phone is. And by the way, my current phone, my computer, the algorithm that is feeding me stuff, they know me pretty well. Man, do I get a lot of bikini clad pictures of hot women. Even the AI ones now, geez, give me a break. No. Sorry, I am into that, but that's not why I got online right now. I'm looking for this over here. So go away pictures. Okay. Oh, wow, look at her. Okay, go away. Oh, look at that car. I mean, they know my culture. They know what I'm into. They do that on purpose to advertise to you. It's money. Again, follow the money. It's all money. Even all these news media outlets, they sell advertising. It's money. Money makes the world go around. Money helps people make decisions. Taxes. Oh, hey, those are expensive too. Well, if you really, really hate taxes and don't want to be paying your taxes, I bet you there's going to be some advertisements coming across your social media feed, or maybe little advertisements on your email screen that you're looking at about, the Benjamin Franklin country, or whatever, the Alexander, people that want to succeed from the Union and stuff like that, or talk about how, it's illegal to tax American citizens and stuff like that. I mean, they will automatically start feeding you that stuff. And then you're like, hey, look, right here. See, it says right here on the computer, on the internet. I saw it. This is what I'm talking about. Paying taxes is not legal. I got to go join the Jefferson community or whatever the fuck that whole bullshit is. I've had some people that I used to work with years ago go through that. Boy, they got in trouble, and boy, they got way behind on their taxes that they had to catch up and pay on, as well as penalties and interest and stuff like that. Whole nother podcast. But I honestly believe people's algorithms are just a freaking mess. And it is showing them what it is they want to see. That's not healthy. Books were written to share ideas and to also be a place in history where it might be shared in the future. You know, ever read a book that's 40 years old and tells a story about something that happened long ago, and you're like, that's really relatable to what we're going through or what we're doing right now. People also say, remember, it's the victors that write the history books, so they write their own version. And you got to take that with a grain of salt. Like I said, algorithms, I'm very careful about mine. I try to see through the bullshit, and I figure that I'm actually a pretty good judge of character. I listen to a lot of different podcasters, and or when I see the news, whether it be CNN or Fox News or something, they're just doing exactly what the other people do. Well, no, I don't see that exactly either. Because it's one thing just to say the exact opposite thing, which isn't truthful. It's another thing to have, well, here's a little bit different view. You're right on these 2 points, but this point right here, maybe this we can agree on something different. It's not black and white. It never really is. Unless we're talking about taxes and math. And then there's only one answer. And, again, a whole nother podcast. People's algorithms, my algorithm, your algorithm, they're fed to us on purpose to help us feel satiated in our own knowledge, to keep us separated. In fact, if you want to rule a society, first thing you do is, dumb them down. So the education level in our country has been suffering for my entire life. And the next thing you do is cause as much chaos or confusion as you possibly can while keeping them dumb. Have you noticed that hardly anybody carries any cash anymore? People really don't know the value of money or investments or things they buy or things they accumulate. It's just numbers on a screen, really, and it just pops up there magically. Hell, I don't even receive a paycheck anymore. It's all direct deposit. All of a sudden, boom, hey, there's a bunch of numbers in my bank account. Ooh, I like those numbers. Wish those numbers were a little higher. I thought those numbers were going to be a little higher. Hold on, let me go back here. Wow, look at my withholdings. Jesus Criminy. All that stuff. Everything's made to make you outrage if you let it. The older I get, the calmer I've become. Guess you can say I'm finally getting around to growing up. And I've spent many, 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 many years in therapy and learning how to take a step back in a certain situation, all kinds of different situations actually, and just kind of process, hey, is that the color red really red, or is that a different shade of red, or is that completely blue and I'm getting the information wrong? It's all out there, and people need to calm down. People need to realize your algorithms are messed up. Drive to wherever the situation that's going down and visualize it with your own eyes. Look up certain things. Search out the opposite opinion to see what's out there, see what's going on. On TV, in the news, there's literally things they're not showing you, like a lot. And yeah, I'm being very, dodgy with the things I'm talking about right now, because I don't feel I need to actually pinpoint, hey, this just happened within the last week. Oh, this happened a couple months ago. Oh, this happened last year. They are very, very good at what they do. And there is a machine out there that is highly funded by the people that profit off of all this chaos. profit by money. Yes, lots and lots of money. But they also profit with gaining control over situations. And in the end game, yes, lots and lots of money, but they want control because they want to shape society in the way they think it should be. I guess. Don't know. Haven't quite figured that out yet. What I do know is these little machines and these computers, they're speeding up the process and making it even easier. In fact, they don't even need to do it. Bots do it. The algorithms do it. They just pay somebody to program a certain program to do a certain thing. And again, there's been billions of dollars spent to do exactly that, to gain more money, to distract you from what's really going on. And as we've all learned recently, how many weird ass and crazy ass and illegal things have been perpetrated by some of the people in some of the highest elected offices in the land. You would think we're some crazy ass foreign country if you believed everything to be true, or if you couldn't see the truth when some of our politicians actually speak into a microphone. If you can't figure out immediately whether what they're saying is what they actually mean, you need to buy a book on how to read people's faces when they tell a lie or a half lie or making something up, or listen to the words they're actually saying. It's like, does that sound like somebody with a high degree of knowledge would say? Or why are they just accusing the other opposition of doing the exact opposite, or something else, which is exactly what I did when I was a little lying little shit little 8-year-old. I would lie, do something, and I would point out, oh, but this guy did something worse than what you're accusing me of, because I didn't do that. No, but let me show you over here what this guy did, because this guy's worse. I've been doing it my whole life. I know how it's done. I can see it in other people. One of my friends years ago, I had a conversation with her. We were becoming friends. And it was a little difficult because I knew that she knew that I knew that she could see that I could see that you're full of bullshit. And I know you can see that I am too. So as long as we're on the same wavelength and knowledge, we're going to get along just fine. And we have. Grew very close. Great friends. Great families of friends. And you got to be able to read people. And you got to be able to read situations. And you got to use common sense. That's going to be the title of this particular video podcast. Use your common sense. Title of this podcast, use your common sense. Common sense is fallen out of fashion, unfortunately. It's really kind of unfortunate. We can blame the internet. We can blame TV. We can blame radio. We can blame podcasts. Blame corporations. A whole nother podcast right there. Learning a lot about how many advertising dollars, or what level of dollars, and it's in the trillions of dollars over the last 25 years, has been spent by one particular industry in particular. And so they have a narrative they're really trying to get across to all of their customers. And it's a highly regulated industry as well. So they have more people in Washington, D.C. and in the state capitals talking to and persuading elected officials to do things in certain ways. And that's really unfortunate. I've gone way too long here, but apparently I had a lot to say. And it's my first run at doing this video stuff. Hopefully I'll have a guest here in the not so far off future. Just sharing ideas. Send me an email. Eric in Reno. Eric in Reno at duck.com. Eric in Reno, all one word, at duck, like the quack quack.com. And we will share some ideas some other time, which looking forward to seeing you then. Ooh, ah. Ooh, ah, ah. I enjoy this outro music. Thanks a lot for listening. Have a wonderful day.